Welcome. Just time today for a quick recap of the week. Alright, let me get my shit sorted. Alright. Hello. How's everybody doing? Can you hear me? Test, test, test. Can you hear me? I think you can hear me. Oh, nice. Good to hear. I'm going to refresh my inbox. Oh, here we go. Okay, so good. Nice. Let's turn the volume back all the way up. Okay, so the first track we have today is from Odd Logic, who is a supporter on patreon.com/woulg. If you'd like to skip the line, you can be a supporter on Patreon. Yeah. This is still important, and I am kind of tired today, so I don't have much to say about this, but remember to donate if you can and share and I think it's really worthwhile to share information, even though it doesn't seem like much. It does help, and it does help change people's minds. So that's my 2 cents on that. And here, let's listen to Odd Logic's track. Holy fuck. Okay. I really like this track. I really like the sounds in it. I really like the this is one of the things that I really like about Odd Logic's stuff in general. Is like the way that the songs progress and the way that the chord progressions and stuff progress. I think it's really nice, and it really like gets you in a mood, and then you get lots of space to stay in that mood. I like these higher pitched vocals, but these ones they feel a little like those ones. I don't know why. I guess that's a personal taste thing. They're saying about choppy lower vocals doesn't always do it for me. Okay, so what are people saying in the chat? Snare needs more high end to stand up to the second snare. Kick and snare could be more attacky, or kick have a little bit more attack. Yeah, that's a so. Logic said it's a little too constant, loud, and IMO trying to find more opportunities for holes. I 100% agree with that. I think like some more fills and stuff, and more fills, like make holes to put fills in, or breaks or whatever. I think that kind of stuff would be super cool to hear more of. Although I think the thing with the kick and the snare and stuff, it's very much in your style, and I feel like this track is in some ways kind of a departure from your normal style, but the aesthetic of your old style is still in here, and I really like that aspect of it. That's why I feel like maybe that's why I'm less on that train of like the kick should be more attacky and stuff. I quite like how you've mixed it. I like the way that you mix in general, but that stuff is certainly good advice for that kind of stuff, or for making it more in this genre that you're sort of heading towards. That's great. Those moments are really nice. Maybe like maybe here is kind of an interesting place to go into sort of a different feel, like, or not feel, but okay, hold on. Where am I? No, stop. Get out of here. Okay. Downloads. So like one of the things that this is really helpful to see it like this. Okay. So my thought is sort of like somewhere in this section, it might be cool to like pull out more of those highs. But then keep those. and then that could make this part a bit more dramatic. Or where is it? Yeah, because this part, it kind of feels like it goes down in energy here, like when it goes into the halftime thing, which I think like which I think is like a little I haven't heard that song, Silent Science, but yeah, let's check that out. I'll put that on the old YouTube. But yeah, I feel like this could be more of a main event if you build more into it. And to build more into it, I think my approach would be to calm, like go downwards in energy and then build up again, which would make kind of a cool like arc, the story arc, I think. Okay, let's listen to this song that's Silent Science, or like let's listen to probably just the drop of it or something. That Silent Science suggested. Yeah, that's fucking cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's a really nice. Wow, cool. Okay, thank you for sending that. That was really interesting. Yeah, that I think that track really applies and makes sense. Here, I'll send you the link there. So I think like something worth talking about. It's worth. I think it's worth. I mean, I think we all, like, when we make music, we have sort of a mental map of like how the energy is supposed to be in the track, or how we sort of feel it. Like, I think, you know, to kind of rough map this out, you know, something like this kind of feels. This is kind of how it feels to me right now. Like that this is sort of the storyline. Maybe this starts a little bit lower or something. Yeah, so then, and then we kind of chill out here. I don't know why I'm doing this with the volume. This doesn't make any sense. Okay, that's okay. Whatever. Anyway, so we kind of chill out, blah, 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 and then we come back in here. This section feels huge, also because I changed the volume of it like an idiot, but, oh God. Let's just put this on a different track. This is stupid. Okay. So, yeah, so I think like, sometimes I find it's really helpful to like make sort of a mental map of this, or make it a little bit more literal, like, you know, make an actual, you know, line to show, to remind yourself like kind of what's happening. I find myself doing this more and more, trying to understand like how the flow of a song goes. And generally my thought process is like that I kind of, in general, my favorite tracks go like this. Some variation of this, and they might have like ups and downs along the way, but this is the basic storyline, you know, or something maybe along the lines of like they'll kind of build, and then there's like some sort of climax here, and then they go down and change, like down in intensity, and then maybe here they kind of peak out, and then, but so my point is that even something like this does have this arc to it, which is roughly this line that goes up and then goes down. Even though we have like this first drop, quote unquote, we still are sort of building in intensity until the end. So I think that this drawing the line thing is sort of helpful for understanding what's happening in your track, and for sort of making your track into a more compelling story. And obviously, like, plotting out your track on just against this one axis is a really simplistic way of doing it. And that's sort of, the point is, like, if you take a really simple approach to it, then you get this kind of super zoomed out view of it, and realistically there's going to be a lot more ups and downs and side to side and stuff. Cool. Yeah, nice. That's a good idea. Okay, cool. So that's that. Let me just fucking delete all of this now. Okay. Where are we at? Okay, so the next one was from Shadow Wanderer, who is also a Patreon supporter and therefore skips the line. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Patreon. Thanks for sending that, Logic. Nice. That was a lot more like dramatic than your normal stuff, I think. It's cool. I quite like it. I think more sound design fuckery on the big hits, I think would be a nice extra touch for this. And I think, like, I mean, my suggestion would be to go even further, like just you can have a moment where you just totally fuck up the rhythm. I feel like you almost get to that point of just like everything being totally fucked. But I think you can take it further. I like the sound design. The melody sounds a bit like happy. Yeah, I was kind of happy. It's not fully happy though. it's got a little bit of sadness to it. It's like a sort of melancholy. The edits are really nice. It has such a nice like flow to it. This reminds me a lot of like this reminds me a lot of that, like the crying over prose for no reason. Which is definitely a good thing. I love that album. But I guess what I'm saying is like, you know, that album came out a long time ago, and like I think, you know, you have the tools, you have all the stuff to just push past it, you know. But yeah, I do love that album, and in the same way, I do really love this track. So something that you kind of almost do here is that like snare drum spectral freeze thing. I think that would be something that would fit really well in here. Is a little bit more spectral freeze type stuff. You can do that with the with that grain spec granular device thing. You could get some cool samples like that and throw them in there. Yeah, this would be primo material to throw in there and just go around, or resample with Scratchy or something. Oh, my brain. Oh man, I just got a really big headache. This one also, I think, like if you were to take it into, if you were to, you know, draw a line of like what's the intensity of the track. I think you could. So I guess just to come back to this idea, like part of what I like about doing this is that I find that no matter how clear it is to me what's happening, it's always slightly less clear to anybody else, like what that curve of the intensity is. And I think like accentuating that and sort of exaggerating that curve of or the line of the story, the plot line or whatever, really helps to drive that point home, sort of. And I feel like that's kind of a place where this could benefit. I also sort of feel like so this stuff is really great. And it's really concise, and the edits are really, really beautiful. Yeah, cool. I think so. I think if you went for a more like a slightly different harmonic thing for the B section, that would also help to kind of push the track a little bit further into being a little bit more of an elaborate story. Certainly not necessary, but just a thought. Yeah. One of my favorite things is just like, it's funny because it kind of sounds like you're doing some like cool music theory stuff, but really, it's like, okay, so say we're here, right? And then for this B section, we just go like, just doing this sometimes will give you some really kind of interesting results. So like. kind of cheap and cheerful idea, but you can get a lot out of it. Like, and there's no thing that says -3. That's the one that I feel like has worked most often for me. So this is the sort of, I mean, like, it's like, is almost a change of mode, like a modal interchange, we'll call it. I don't know if that's really what it is, but I think that if somebody didn't know that all you did was just pitch it down by 3 semitones, then they might think that I don't know. I've had people tell me that like some of the stuff on Ghost was like, I did that a shitload on Ghost actually. And so much so that like after doing that a couple times, I was like, I am really starting to bore myself with my bag of tricks. But yeah, there's something about that works every time. And you actually hear like key changes and stuff like a lot in pop songs. I wonder if this would work too. Let's try 3 out. So yeah, so it's worth thinking about, and like, if you look at, I'm just gonna put this max device because it's probably the clearest way that I know to do this. But oh no, it's not. My bad. Oh, the auto tune that I made has that. Where is it? Auto tune. Are you here? Here it is. So in here, there's sort of like the modes are arranged by color, like darkest to lightest, or other way around, lightest to darkest, and you can see that like going through these, we're actually just shifting the notes over. Wait, I think probably everybody knows that. So like if we go here, oops, and then go to this note, we actually have all the same notes, right? Here, same notes, same notes. So, etc. So yeah, that might be an interesting. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so that's kind of my thought about this one. I think it's really working, and quite honestly, like I think as a track, if you just left it like that, it's done in my opinion. But I think you can push it further, and I think so you have an exported version of this one, and I think when you're at this moment in a track where it already feels good, it already feels done, like it feels like a completed track. And then starting from there and really fucking with it and trying to take it even further, it gives you so many opportunities to try new things if you already have because there's so many pieces and puzzle pieces that go into making a track like this, right? So once you're already here, it's a great place to like try new ideas and fuck around and learn and stuff. It's a lot easier than starting a new one from scratch and trying to be super weird right off the bat. I find that honestly doesn't work for me that often. Fuck. Yeah, that mic hum is brutal. I'm really sorry about that. Honestly, I'm not really sure why it does that. I think it has some issue with this power that I'm supplying to it, but anyways. Yeah, sorry about the mic hum. Oh, actually, there is a way I could get around it. No, I'll do that for now. I'll try and do that for next time. Okay, so anyways. Cool. Thank you, Shadow Wanderer, for that. That was a cool one. All right. Is CCY here? Country music lady. Maybe read the channel description before you send your track. Stream started at 3 Eastern, so like an hour ago. Yeah, I don't have that stuff, the exclamation mark stuff. I don't really know how that works. But yeah, every week at the same time. Okay, yeah, read the channel description, Country Music Lady. It's not a EDM channel. Anyways, okay, cool. So let's go on to I don't know if this person is here. Maybe we'll push ZZY till later. Is ZZY here? Yeah, I know we've reviewed some EDM, but we're, okay. Come on, ZZY, ZZY. Okay, we'll just put that later. Number Boy, is Number Boy here? Just read the fucking channel description. God fucking damn it. Here, this part. You see that? That part? You see that part? Just kidding. Anyways. It's all good. Everybody does this. It's fine. I know it's hard to see or something. I don't know what the problem is. Okay, so is Number Boy here? Number Boy. I don't think Number Boy's here yet. Let's push Number Boy back a bit. Thorn. Is Thorn here? Thorn? Come on, Thorn. I want to listen to this track. That's true, yeah. That good. Yeah, that's actually really good, what you said, Gloric. I think Country Music Lady may have left. Yeah, you know what? I may have may have overreacted. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, sorry about that, Country Music Lady. You didn't deserve that. That was rude. That was rude of me. Okay, but you're still welcome here, of course, obviously. Anyways, okay, so is Thorn's not here either? God damn. Yeah, I don't see Thorn here. Okay, so we'll wait for Thorn for later. Uh-oh, something's playing. Oh, my bad. Is Reverse Fireworks here? I think Sunk isn't here yet. Is Sunk here? God damn, people sent tracks and then didn't show up. Oh, we can skip to, Silent Science is here. Let's just do that. I'm not doing a giveaway at 1,000, but I can. Sunk is there. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's do Sunk, and then we'll do. Or no, is Sovi here? Okay, Sovi's here. Reverse Fireworks is here. I think Reverse Fireworks is here, right? Yeah, okay, sweet. Okay, so let's do this Reverse Fireworks track because it just started playing, so that was fun. Okay. Here. I quite like that sidechain. I actually, it's funny, like the sidechaining that I usually like is like the really sidechaining. Okay, so one thing I would say about this is like I kind of want to hear you dive into the weirdness of this time, whatever's going on with the time signature here. I kind of want to hear you like dive into it a little bit more, and explore the weirdness of it. One of the things that I really like doing is like, so say you have a really strange time sig. I guess I'm just going to be using this track for examples forever today. Okay, so say we have something really weird. Like let's say we have I'm going to say like 17/4. This is our time sig. I don't know if this makes sense, but whatever. So, okay. Let's warps let's bring this in. Okay. So so now we have this situation where, sort of a similar situation where we have this little gap at the end of every couple bars. We're still tilted. So one of the things that I think would be interesting in this situation, actually our weird time signature is this. So there's like a pause on each one. So something to think about would be like, is it possible to make this like, so there's two ways of dealing with weird time signatures in my opinion. It's two main ways. There's probably a million ways. I don't know why I said that. But what I'm saying is like the two ways that I like to deal with weird time signatures is to think about either accentuating the weirdness of it, which is kind of what you're doing, or trying to blend the weirdness out of it. So if you did something like this, this has a really different feeling to it. And thinking about how you want to subdivide your thing also gives you lots of options. So, for example, if we were to say, maybe at the end of this one, we're not going to go into the weirdness, but maybe we'll do it here. Or maybe this guy stays the same, but then, this first tiny bit of this is elongated to make it feel heavier or bigger. And the more you work at that and the more you blend it and stuff, there's God damn it. There's lots of cool ways that you can do that, the blending of the different times and speeds and stuff, and it gives you this kind of cool thing. Yeah, that's a good yeah, Silent Science, have you done it would be interesting to hear you talk about like what's going on in that Yoru track and how does it work and how did you deal with all the different time signatures and stuff. Because yeah, that track is crazy. Okay, back to the track at hand. And then I mean, I guess this is the theme of the day, but like thinking about the story that the track tells, and right now it has a pretty straightforward kind of progression, right? We have like low energy, high energy, a little bit of a break, higher energy, and then we're done. And I think that could be elaborated on and smoothed out and stuff. Sometimes I like to think of like whenever you do a change in your music, there should be a musical reason why that change happens. And one technique is surprise, which is sort of what's happening here, right? we have this sort of element of surprise. Another way is to build up into it, and another way is like to kind of chill down into the next section. And there's like a million different versions of those kind of three main ideas. So yeah, I really like this, and I'm really interested to see what where you'll go with it, and the idea of diving into a really strange time signature thing like you've done here is really awesome. I really love to hear that. That's awesome. Great work. Thank you for sending that. So now we have Sunk is here already, right? Sunk is back. Yeah, okay. Sunk is back. Hello, Sunk. Okay.
So recording now. So this will actually be saved.
Hello, it's us, and we're in the park.
Yes.
That yeah. Wow. I guess my only feedback is like the vocal sample in the intro doesn't really make any sense to me. But it's interesting.
Hello, it's us, and we're
It just kind of sounds like an intro to a radio show or something. Like a hey, you're listening to 96 FM and we're on the beach. Or a podcast, more like a podcast. Yeah, a podcast intro. Hey, you're listening to the Daily Zoom with Jennifer and Lawrence. And today we're going to be talking about rocks on the beach. I don't know. I think it's partially like what you guys are saying too, that gives me that feeling. Hey, you're listening to the Woulg podcast, where we talk about we don't like happy music. We play everything at quarter speed and pitch down an octave. An octave and 3 semitones. Yeah, but the track itself is fucking unreal, and I really like the glitch sounds come in there a little bit later, but they're really cool because they're really like abrasive and in your face and like really like glitchy in the way that I like. but they really fuel the progression of the track instead of kind of taking away from it and stuff. I think this is really great. I like the synth as well. I think it sounds really cool. But something that Teddy said up there about the sound is literally evolving in time. It's alive. I think I think that might be an interesting avenue to explore, is like morphing that sound, that synth sound as you go. Yeah, this really feels like James Blake, but like if James Blake had not done a bunch of pop bullshit and like kept on the track that he seemed to be headed down on that first self-titled album. That's kind of what it made me think of. But yeah, what a great piece of music you got here. I really, really love this one. Yeah, I want more Order Pan stuff too. And just more stuff like that self-titled album, like the weirder stuff from the self-titled album. Anyways, killer track. Really great. That was Sunk. Thank you, Sunk. Now we have Silent Science, or just Silent now. Why do I not follow you? What? Okay. Or is this a different account or something? Okay, whatever. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I like that. I'm ready for it. Is there some microtonal stuff going on in there? That's really nice. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I really, really like this, and yeah, I'm I'm really into this. The kind of new sound. If I'm not, yeah, it's great. One thing I would say is like, I think you can riff on this a bit longer before you bring in the melody. I think you can like deconstruct it a bit more before you come in with that melody. I would just love to hear more fuckery in this style. I think the thing that I love about this part so much also is that it's so like gestural. It's like you're not like, it doesn't feel like you're. I really struggle to do this, and so I really appreciate what you've done here. It's like it feels like you're not tied to anything, that you're just sort of like, oh, it'd be cool if it was like, and then if you, it just like all the phrasings and stuff feel really natural, and they feel really like flowy and expressive and stuff. Yeah, neural glitch. That's a nice name. Technically, we're calling it Glore now. No, I'm just kidding. That's whatever. But yeah, no, I think this feels really cool, and and I would love to hear more experimentation in this style before that melody comes in, because that melody is super satisfying. But yeah, kind of, yeah. Personally, I'd really like to hear you just fucking break this even more. Just like totally. I remember the first time. Yeah, what's that James Blake track that was on the beginning? It was like the first on the James Blake self-titled thing. Whoops, what am I doing? YouTube. I remember I showed it to my dad. James Blake. Oh fuck. Fuck, I'm never gonna find this self-titled full album. Here we go. So, thank you, internet. Yeah, this one. I was listening to it with my dad, and and he was like, we got like a bit into it. And and he was like, he didn't say it in English, but he was like, he said something along the lines of like, wow, this guy just really broke that rhythm. Like he really just, like he just doesn't care. Like he just totally took it apart or something like that. It was like the way that he said it was really nice, and it made me think about like, that's one of the things that I really like. I like when somebody just like, just it still makes sense, but it just feels so strange. As part of what I really liked about the Sunk track that we just listened to, and it's part of what I really like about this too. Although I feel like you can, deconstruct it more. But there's, and especially like someone like you that has the chops for this like super gestural stuff. I think I can't imagine what you'd be able to do if you went totally off the rails, and then, brought it back in and we get this sick melody. Don't talk about the second drop. Okay. I like the second drop. I think I just wanted to say one thing about it is that I love those chords and I love what's happening, and I would kind of, I mean, again, this is like a personal taste thing, but I'd love to hear you like hit some more wrong chords, like more, what is it called, non-diatonic notes or something like that, like just notes that aren't in the, I just like to hear some even weirder notes, yeah, in there, but like, you know, like not like just totally fuck it, but like hit some like strategically wrong notes, you know, and then come back to whatever's going on there. But yeah, I think it's really cool. Great. Yeah, thank you for sending that. That was really awesome. Okay, Sovi is here like every week. Thank you, Sovi, for your patronage and your unwavering support. I'm excited to check this out. Holy shit. No apologies necessary. I like long ambient parts. Oh wow, the strings are so nice. Or whatever that is. Wow. Wow. That was something special. I think, okay, so this is great. I think all of this, everything in the whole song is working. And just like, you know, I've been saying today, I think like I think a reprise of this section, but trying to pull it further apart. There's a super, you know, there's like an interesting rhythm going on here. And just like accentuating those rhythmic things, I think would be interesting. So actually I did a thing the other day where I was last night. And just forewarning, this isn't great, but I I was just trying to go with this idea of like just accentuating the the rhythm of the melodic part, and instead of like backing that part up with the drums and having the drums follow that instead of the drums being sort of a backbeat thing. I don't think I did a super great job of it, but I just want to show you this little part of it. Where is it? Okay, so. So the idea was like just to try to do everything in service of the, or as much as possible in service of the kind of, they're not triplets, they're like whatever. Anyways, to try to do everything in service of that kind of like groups of three thing in the melody. Yeah, and I think like something like that would work really well with this thing that you have here. Hey, Dark Rest. And I think that this section really works. Like it's really, really cool. But I'd like to hear, so going back to this. Also, I feel like there's something really great going on here. Maybe this deserves its own track. Or maybe, yeah, I don't know. There's the chords in here are super nice. I really like what's going on in there. I think dotted notes was the word I was looking for. Okay. I have to go to the bathroom. I really liked this. Let me play something while I use the facilities. What am I going to play? Let's listen to this old version of the IDM anthem by me and Mr. Bill. Well, actually, we could listen also to some of the previous. Sovi. Ordity. That's cool. I'll put that in there. Okay, that should be enough, I think.
kastet, unger basket. Alle de går bare og ligner dem selv. Under kastet, unger basket. Fed for den blis, nu jeg viser mig selv. Under kastet, unger basket. Alle de går bare og ligner dem selv. Under kastet, unger basket. Fed for den blis, nu jeg viser mig selv. Hjerteslag på både ribben indefra, knoglemag det fæk. Giv vækst på mit træk, tag det og kanal. Hul op og foldet til billet, så befæl. Så bild på fejl og kanal. Bild på fejl og kanal. Menneske bild på fejl og kanal. Stor med en væske. Alle går vi bare og spiser os væk. Under kasten. Stor med en væske. Vi hobbies for ikke hvad vi spiser ihjel. Under kasten. Stor med en væske. Vi finker alle de kriser farvel. Under kastet, unger basket. Det kommer ud til det. Under kastet, unger basket. Knoglemag det væk. Under kastet, unger basket. Er det og connect? Unger basket. Hvad skal jeg gøre? Vis to de ord, og så lortet hjælp. Det er intet imod, hvad jeg gør ved mig selv. Se det som en hjælp. Det var så godt, de var stemmer på det var selv. Men for at ikke se mig selv, skal ikke videre bare finde det næste selv. For jeg er halvt dansk, halvt ønske seriøst. Jeg tror, at vi kan finde sig selv. Solbriller på, skåner mine øjne for syn. Gemmer mine løgne for lys. Underkast i mit eget opkast. Mit hoved i bad ud, så jeg er så frisk. Kan mærke havet sus. Jeg er som en pirat ud efter den topskat. Under kastet, unger basket. Alle de går bare og ligner dem selv. Under kastet. Fed for den blis, viser mig selv. Som at sige
I'm back. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. I that's the thing too, is I don't think that his sound is so different than anybody else's. It's just like the same type of thing with some jazzy stuff and some really nice sound design. His production is fucking insanely good and nice and tight, and I can't argue with that at all, for sure. But just his way of saying that this is the right way and that's the wrong way is just, in my opinion, like, it's just, I mean, it's just not true. It's just completely not true. Who was that was, it says BLIK glitch post, which makes me think it's, yeah, I mean, I'm with you already. I think he was just oversimplifying, but I think that's a really dangerous way to oversimplify. And I'm not trying to, like, you know, like, tone police him or anything. I just mean, like, I just think what he was doing is I mean, actively making things worse for the, you know, like by just being by not being inclusive, he's making the landscape of electronic music less interesting. In my opinion, culprit. But his music's great. I'm not hating on his music. I'm not hating on him either. That was the one thing about his streams that made me really want to do my own streams. Okay, anyway, so I'm not really sure who that last one was. I kind of want to, I feel like it was, I feel like it was Jim Kimchi. Anyways, okay, so on to the next track. Sovi, thank you again for sending that. That was really cool. Thorn, you're up. You came just in time. So let's listen to that. I love that. Nice. Key change, baby. That's great. I really like the setup, and the delivery is fantastic. I think you could add a little bit more kind of bass in here in some key moments. That'd kind of be my only thing. Yeah, I'm with you, Shadow Wonder. Exactly, that's kind of... Yeah. But yeah, so... That's pretty much it. I think like this is working like really well. Oops. Yeah, I think that maybe you could take this even further. This section. That's so nice. Great, really great. And I really like the, let's say the frequency contour. It's super aggressive, but it still feels nice and warm and stuff. Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, I think that's it. Just like. Some of the kick drums feel a bit lonely, like that one. That section is so brilliant. This moment of clarity, like it's so nice. Let's check the old. Okay, yeah, that's it. I think that's all I have to say about this one. I was in my head. I was sort of wondering like if there's maybe some foreshadowing would be cool, but also the surprise of it is so satisfying. So I think I was probably wrong about that. This is great, and the write-up is so funny. Like as soon as I read this, I was like, I think I know what's gonna happen, but then it just didn't happen for a long time, and then yeah, that was really satisfying. Cool, thank you. I think it's a great idea. So Sonic Junkie, to answer your question, this is where we're at. We got Jesse. We got Leonard Lechman. Okay. All right. Sweet. Here we go. Name and chat. Eveni. Nice. Is Eveni here? Oh, you're here. Okay. Sick. Nice. Okay. That's good. Ross. Ordedy. Benap. Nice. Here we go. Jack. Oh, here we go. New try vent. Okay, so this is where we're at. We have Number Boy. Who is Number Boy here? I feel like I saw him earlier. Is ZZ, and also I don't know if ZZY is here. But then from then on we have this many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Sonic Junkie, if you send one now, then you'll be in. Number Boy. Yeah, I figured we just keep. Oh, right. Sorry. Somebody else sent me one. This one. This is from. Let me pull this back. This is from. Crap. Oh, here it is. Clean plates. Yeah, nice. Okay, here we go. Clean plates. Actually, let me pull this into Ableton. This will be more fun. We can get rid of this weird times. Oh, wait, why is that not working? Okay, fuck, goddammit. No Toad. Come on. There we go. Okay, and let's put this back to 4. Make sure this isn't warped. And away we... Nope, that's not the right track. And away we go.
We now join America's most popular show, already in progress. Everybody loves Hypnotoad.
The dog's good. But our real competition is the Hypno-Toad.
And the grand prize winner,
The Hypno-Toad.
Oh, I see. That sound is like the
Open your mouth and let's have a look at that brain.
Okay, so I think like, I know you said this is an early version, but I think like one of my thoughts would be that a good place to put in the work for this one would be on making these sounds sound bigger. And I'm not quite sure how to go about doing that. That's actually something that I get stuck on a lot, is like how to make something sound really big. I think some really controlled reverb might work for this, or different reverbs or something. So sort of my thought would be like, say you had something like this, you could do, and like swelling into these hits, I think will also give you a good. That one did not work. Let's try something like this. I don't know. And then you kind of want to do that shit on everything. I don't know. That's not really working for me. But something like this might help. No. No, that's not working. Okay, but that would be kind of my first start, is like going in and taking each individual. Yeah, Glork's gonna have some great ideas for this kind of stuff, because actually, I bet a lot of the people that we just heard from are already really good at this. Like Glork, Thorn. Who else comes to mind? Rocco, Shadow Wanderer, Werehogify. Like, there's a ton of people in this chat right now that actually are really good at this kind of stuff. We could try let's try this. Let's just hear how it sounds. Oop. Do we want to do anything with this to make the disperser thing, or we just go like this? That sounds pretty cool. Yeah, that gives it quite a cool sound. Even one of the things I quite like doing is like actually, let's try this with the smaller reverb maybe, or a smaller room. Something like that might be cool, or even that could even go before this. That's starting to make it sound a bit bigger. Let's think about this a little bit too. I think also more breaks from the hypnotoady sound. Also, I think this is my personal taste thing, and I seem to remember from your other tracks that you're kind of into these like.
His most popular show already in progress. Everybody loves Hypnotoad.
But I wouldn't go too ham on this. Like, I think like if you just, I would pick one of these spots to do that. I don't think you need both of these or all three. There's like quite a few in here.
The dog's good,
Especially
but our
this
real
part.
competition is the Hypnotoad.
Like, just pick the best one. I would maybe do this one and then just elaborate on this a shitload more. So with something like this, you can get a ton of mileage out of just like delays and reverbs, and then also like layering an octave down or something. Like, I wonder what this would sound like. Oops, this, and then spread this out a lot. I think like something like this might be interesting. Or maybe not, I don't know. Or maybe we just put it an octave down, but not stretch it. And then shitloads of delay, I think would sound cool on that. And yeah, just get really dramatic with your automation. I think you could get a lot of mileage out of that. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and great tips in the chat as well. Cool. I think this is going in a cool direction. Yeah, I would really just focus on the sound design for the next little bit, and just like taking these moments to like the nth degree. Oh. Something like that. Yeah, cool. And there's so many great things in here to like to do your fucking around with. I'm also kind of curious, like, what is, if we take the Hypnotoad sound, what else can we get out of it? Like, what does it sound like if we what does it sound like if we warp it with like a texture mode? Or shit like that, you know? Yeah. That would be my thought, is just like try to get as much mileage out of all of these sounds that you have. Okay, cool. Thanks, Clean Plates. Thanks for sending that in. Okay. Where were we? Okay. Number boy still not here? Okay. Put him at the end of the line. ZZY still not here, I think. Yeah. No, I don't think you did miss yours, Death Trips. I think you're coming up here. Emotech Groove Verse. This is you, right, Death Trips? I think so. That's super vibey. Let's listen to that again. Yeah, I'm with you, Brocco. I think some like a little bit more of those micro glitches I think would be really cool. Kind of makes me think of the Shadow Wanderer tune that we heard at the beginning of the stream, actually. I think that amount of glitching stuff would be really pretty and awesome over top of this. Love that. It's really nice. Yeah, slice to MIDI draw glitches. Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious where this went. Well, it's sort of like last time too. Actually, I'm curious where this will go. That would be my first thought. Is like, let's just try kind of fucking with the whole track. Actually, let's try fucking with it with the new thing. This is coming out in a couple days, let's say. All right. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. Hello. Uh-oh. Interesting, it didn't load the picture. How do I move this again? Fucking. There it is. Here we go. I think you can make it bigger too. There we go. Let's try something like that. Or what about... Fucking come here, you stupid fucker. God, how do I don't even know how to fucking do this. I don't even know how to use my own damn plugin. Look at me. Look at the shame that I've brought to this group. Yeah, I gotta fix that. I don't know how to... yeah, we could also... Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, draw notes in. Yeah. It needs peer review. It has some, it's getting some peer review. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so I think the track is coming along really well. I think some more of those little moments that you already have is gonna really take it to the next level. Let me see if I can grab that Shadow Wanderer track, just in case you missed it at the beginning. Some really nice stuff in here. Oh, this is the one from the other week, I think. Yeah, this one has great shit too. A little bit more of a hype sort of feeling, but I think like there's in my opinion there's 100% room for more of that in here, and fucking with that snare a little bit more and stuff like that. Yeah, cool. Sick track though. Okay, Avon mentioned user 59. Okay, user Here we go. Okay, there you are. Yeah, wicked. Okay, so let's check this out. Oh. Nice. Or I like the change in that melodic thing. Okay, so that was great, and welcome also. Thank you for sending in a track, and for joining us. Okay, so I just have a couple thoughts about this. I really like it. I think some things that would make it really pop for me. One is I think some slightly different textures for the strings and stuff could really bring this section to life. I think like one of the things that I really like using is in Labs they have a free, where is it? Labs has like a free amplified cello quartet or something like that. Let's see if we have it here. Here it is. Yeah. That has all these really nice little like textures that you can that would layer really nicely onto the kind of strings that you have already, I think. There's also these frozen strings which have some nice. This is really quiet. Nope. Come on, give me that. It's a bit quiet. Fuck. God fucking damn it. Mother. Harmonic bird song. These. Some really nice textures and stuff, and these are all free, so that might be a nice thing to layer in there. I think you can also elaborate on the melody a little bit more. That dun, 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 is really beautiful, but I think you can take it a bit further. I don't know how many of my streams you've watched, but one of the things that I almost always recommend. One of the things that I like to recommend is like, so say you have that melody here, you're dun 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 dun. Then what I'll do sometimes is I'll grab another instrument and then try to write something against that fits with that, and then I'll move that one over and make a new MIDI track and try to write something that goes against that. And with that, you get this kind of way of moving between instruments and moving between melodic lines and stuff. And then from here you can write a new thing that let's do this to say it's new, a new thing for this instrument that goes with this one, or maybe one that goes with this and this, or something to that effect. That's kind of I feel like that's the easiest way that I found for sort of like developing out melodies and stuff. And then the last thing I would say is like, so you have that huge bass sound, but my one thought about that is that it's ongoing, like it's going the whole time. And I think more silences and switching back and forth between like, now we have bass and drums, now we just have drums, now we just have a hit with a big bass, now we just have the melody comes in, or like the drums come in just to accentuate the dun, 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 that kind of thing, I think is a really, really good technique for bringing that the craziness of the drums to the forefront, because for me at least, that's the part that I really like about breakcore, is that the how crazy the drums are, right? So I think you can smoke on the water. You can bring that more to the forefront with chops and edits and stuff. And I think like, you can also, the drum glitchery fuckery or whatever is super, super awesome. And actually one album that somebody recommended to me and everybody else has listened to, but what's that? What's his name again? Hold on, let me just look this up really quick. How do I not remember this? This is fucking embarrassing. Yeah, it's Square Pusher. What is this fucking album called? Go Plastic. I feel like a fucking idiot for not remembering that. But anyways, that one has some crazy, like, you know, he really takes the drum stretching and fuckery to the next level on that one. And I think, like, this would be a great place to do that. I love a lot of things in here. I think the wall of sound thing will be accentuated by doing that. And especially these moments, I wouldn't change anything. Where is it? Yeah, I feel like it's this one. Or at the beginning of this. I wouldn't change those at all. I think those are great. And then, other than maybe some slight mixing things, but yeah, I think the other moments it'll really accentuate that wall of sound, and it'll make it feel even bigger. I think a lot of those things, I mean, it's just about contrast, right? That's why you have so many drops or whatever that goes to like, bim, ba-doom, boom, and then, you know, like that kind of shit. It's because that contrast makes the thing, the intensity more apparent and more intense, for lack of a better word. But yeah, thanks very much for that. I followed you. Looking forward to seeing what else you come up with, and please send me send stuff for the next one and the next one and the next one. I'm always happy to hear new stuff. Okay, Afot. Is Afot here? Afot. No matches. Oh, dark sound. Oh, okay, cool. Dark sound. Sweet. Let's check it out. Cool. I like the sound design.